Jayalalithaa, the Supreme Court has ordered that the trial against her in the income tax evasion case will continue. Getting us more details is Meenakshi. Meenakshi, take us through what really has the court said, and then what does it really mean for Jayalalithaa?
Well, Aditi, yes, this will be viewed as a very big setback for Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalithaa. There have been a series of cases pertaining to tax irregularities and evasion, allegations of which she and her aide Shashikala have been facing. And this is from a period ranging from 1991 to 1994, Deepthi. And you'll recall, sometime during, while the trial process was underway in the trial court, the Madras High Court had come out with an order wherein the Madras High Court had not accepted Jayalalithaa presenting to the Income Tax Department an amount of over ₹1 crore as penalty for all the evasion charges that she was facing. So that was the Madras High Court order, which was under challenge here before the Supreme Court. And today, just moments back, the Supreme Court has given its verdict. It has, in a way, asked Jayalalithaa to go back to the trial court and face trial. So essentially, if there was any easy route that the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister was looking at, is perhaps not coming her way anytime soon, because that is what she had essentially hoped, that for all these charges of tax evasion, including irregularities from the period 1991 to 94, she had made a payment of over ₹1 crore as penalty for all the amount which the Income Tax Department felt was owed by her to it, hoping that the case could go away. But today the Supreme Court's order making it very clear that eventually it will be the prerogative of the trial court to decide, and the trial process has to be completed in 4 months' time. But for now, Jayalalithaa not getting any relief from the Supreme Court. Deepthi.
All right, Meenakshi, stay with me. Let's also quickly get in Shabir from our perspective. Shabir, what does it do to Jayalalithaa in particular, keeping in mind the politics, in fact, behind this really, story. And the Supreme Court here saying that, in fact, this probe should be completed in 4 months.
It's definitely a huge setback for Jayalalithaa because she has been fighting a legal battle on this particular case since 1994. The case is related to the alleged failure to file income tax returns as individuals for the assessment year of 1993 and 1994, and as partners in Sasi Enterprises for the assessment year of 1991, 92, and 93 and 94. Jayalalithaa has been fighting a legal battle on this particular issue for a very long time. In fact, first the issue was fought in the local courts, and then finally the local courts refused to intervene, and then it went to the Supreme Court for a relief. And right now there is a huge setback for the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, and now the Supreme Court has said go back to the trial court and face the trial. So this has come as a huge setback for Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalithaa, but we will have to wait and see what her legal strategy is going to be, because there have been multiple cases that she has been fighting in different courts across the country. So as of now, what we are hearing
Absolutely.
is that the latest order from the Supreme Court has come as a huge setback, and we will have to wait and see what the AIADMK Supremo is going to do in this regard.
Absolutely, Shabir, you stay with me. Let's return back now to Meenakshi. Meenakshi, the point here, Chief Minister's been claiming that she had no taxable income. In fact, there was no question coming of tax evasion. Now, take us to the stand here taken by Jayalalithaa and her counsel.
Well, yes, Deepthi, remember, this is a case which has been before the Supreme Court for a fair bit of time, and in the course of all the presentations and considerations that she was making before the Supreme Court, she was perhaps hoping that the fact that at a certain point in time she was willing to pay, or she had gone ahead and paid over ₹1 crore as penalty amount would be something that will find resonance with the Supreme Court. That was one of the primary arguments that she had presented before the top court, so that the whole thing could have been compounded. All the charges of tax evasion and irregularities could perhaps be compounded. That was her hope. That has not today found resonance with the Supreme Court. Clearly, that is something which will not go down well with Jayalalithaa and her counsel, given the fact that the Supreme Court now, just a while back, has given the operative part of the order. Deepti, remember, we are yet to procure a copy of the detailed judgment wherein the Supreme Court would have given its reasoning to its order. But this is the operative part of the order that Jayalalithaa, perhaps hoping to if she was hoping to think that paying the amount of over 1 crore rupees would have compounded all these allegations and charges, that has not come by, that has not found resonance with the Supreme Court. And clearly the court feeling that it will be ultimately the prerogative of the trial court to decide whether Jayalalithaa should face imprisonment or on allegations of tax evasion and irregularities, or the other aspect, Deepti, of Jayalalithaa paying the penalty amount to have the charges against her dropped would be a viable option. That is now for the trial court to decide. Supreme Court being very clear that it does not wish to intervene, and that definitely would be a big setback, because that is in a way the Supreme Court telling Jayalalitha's team that they do not wish to intervene, and therefore it is ultimately the prerogative of the trial court to decide.